Hey everybody, it's Dan, your friendly fishmonger from dansfish.com, and today I'm going to do a vlog. I've done a couple of these in the past. People seem to like them, and I'm in the middle of a shipping frenzy, so I don't really have time to do, some fancy edited video or something, so vlog it is. So let me show you what's going on. It's shipping day, shipping prep day. So here's what we have going on. Here's a bunch of fish that need to go out. A bunch more fish that need to go out. There's more over there. So basically what we're doing is I caught all these fish yesterday. That's when I got them, and I put them in these bags because this is gonna happen. Let me show you this. So as you look across here, you'll notice a lot of them are clear, but then you get here and it's like, whoa, that is some nasty water, right? So that's a Limia perugiae, female, and you can see she has defecated in that bag. So what I do is I put the fish in these bags and I let them sit for a day so that anyone, that one looks good, that's a croaking gourami. Super blue tetra, blue carry tetra. Don't worry, they're washed out right now, they actually look good. But if you look in that bag, even though it's clear, like not as much poop as that Limia. Live bearers are the worst. Live bearers and other like omnivores. But you can still see there's quite a bit of fecal matter floating around in that bag. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do now, let's see here, show you another one. There's a guppy, mutt guppy. Even though the water's pretty clear, like it's not as much as that Limia produced, but there's still quite a bit of fecal matter floating around in that bag. So what I do is, the reason I put them in the bags a day early is so they have a chance to void their bowels, basically. Pistol Abbott helps me ship, and he and I have a joke that when we ship, we aren't shipping fish, what we're doing is poop management. So I don't feed them for a day before I put them in the bags, but there's a lot of fish that they're going to eat algae and biofilm and all plant material and everything that they can find. So even though you fast them for a day, they're still gonna find stuff to eat. So what I do is I put them in these bags and I let them sit overnight, and then the next day I'll come, it'll change the water. Even that chocolate gourami's got a little bit down there. I'll change the water in all these bags so that anything that the fish has produced gets washed out. So what doesn't happen then, what I'm trying to avoid, is have the fish get sealed up in that bag, get put in a box, and then they defecate in the bag. In their whole journey, they're just an ammonia soup. That'll kill the fish super quick. That's really bad for them. Now, sometimes, despite a water change, sometimes they will poop again in the bag, but it's only a small amount. In the Seachem Safe that I put in the bags in the shipping water will help combat that. So by doing this, I'm trying to avoid ammonia in the bag, which is just an absolute killer of fish, especially in shipping conditions. So this morning I'm going to change this water, and then it's a few hours before Pistol gets here. When Pistol gets here, we'll start sealing them up and we'll inspect every bag for more poop. And if we find poop in any of the bags, we'll change the water again. So they'll get, one or two water changes depending on what we find. And then we'll be okay with sealing them up and shipping them out. So that's how we do it. I guess we'll get some footage of changing the water. It's nothing fancy, but we'll show you that process next, because that's the next step. Alright, so I'm all set up to change the water. Here's the first batch that I'll do. I've got this little cart, and I can do, I think 19 containers at a time, and there's 2 bags in each container. And so I'll show you how I do that. Basically, in these small bags, they each get a half a cup of water. The bigger bags get a cup and a half, so that's what that bigger cup there is for. Here's the net all ready for them. I'm going to get that wet, because I don't like putting fish on a dry net. That's not good for their slime coat. So just dip the net in there, get it wet for them, so it's nice and cozy. and then we'll get to it. While I'm doing this, I'm always trying to learn. So today, right now, it's Gary V, a keynote address on marketing, which, you know, I'm always trying to learn something. A lot of this is busy work. Scrubbing tanks down, feeding fish, medicating fish, you know, packing fish. You know, there are times when it's intense brain work, but a lot of times what I'm doing is just busy work. And so I've always got something on in the background, almost always. Every now and then my mind's like, I need a break, but generally I have something on in the background to learn from. And it's usually either a fish live stream. I listen to Aquarium Co-op, Steenfot, 54 Punchy. If I'm feeling angsty, I'll put Michael's Fish Room on, like, and play all, and just get myself some rants in New Jersey attitude. There's lots of them that I listen to. And then, but when I'm not doing that, I'm listening to business stuff, how to market, how to scale. I find a lot of inspiration in startup podcasts and stuff like that. But today's Gary V. Earlier today it was Warren Buffett and Kasim Dean. Yeah, right now it's Gary V. So I'm going to set the camera here so y'all can see what we're doing. We'll probably time lapse this. Okay. Let me go get my Gary V started, and yeah, then we'll do it. Alright, so I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing here. In that 5-gallon bucket of water is about a 1/4 cup of rock salt that has been dissolved in there. It's the chorus stuff, that's what I use, and a little bit of Seachem Safe. Now, the amount of salt you use is going to depend on how concentrated it is. You'll have to figure that out, but that's what I use. And the net's important too. This is a 8-inch by 10-inch net, and it's very, very soft. It's basically like a giant brine shrimp net. Now that might not seem like that big a deal, but it is, because a lot of the nets that we use in this industry are very coarse, very kind of scratchy. Those big nylon nets that are porous, those will actually scratch the fish up. And the last thing you want to do before you ship a fish out is stress it out. You want it in the best shape possible. So that's why I use a big soft net. Also, because it's big and deep, the fish don't jump out of it as easily, which helps prevent accidents, which is great. Alright, so there's going to be a lot more of that, but that gives you an idea of what we do. We basically manage poop. Anyway, I'm going to keep working on this. When Pistol gets here, we'll show you kind of what the bagging and sealing part of this looks like once everyone's water is changed and they're in good shape to ship. So yeah, we'll be right back. So Pistol's joined us, and I'm going to keep changing water while he seals and looks for poop in bags. Like we say, we're not shipping fish, we're doing poop management. So anyway, we'll probably time lapse this, but it's going to take a few hours. This is a big batch of fish. Haven't had a batch this big in a long time, but anyway, here we go. I hope this is fun. Alright, so let's talk about the equipment that we are using, because I know you're going to ask that. So the first thing is what Pistol's using there. That blue thing is an impulse sealer. The model is H163. It costs $88 at uline.com. Then the bags are model number S1510. That's the smaller bags we use. The bigger ones are S3144. The smaller bags for 1,000 is $46. The bigger bags is $69. All right, so there's a lot of that, so you get the idea. All right, so while Pistol's finishing up bagging everybody, we've got this going on, all of these boxes that we've built, and now I need to get all those boxes styrofoamed, insulated. So I've got down here is where I store that. So if you're wondering in my fish room tours and stuff what this is all styrofoam for the different size boxes. Here as well, under there, and then a little bit here. And I've got some more stored elsewhere as well, but that's what I keep in the room is my immediate shipping supply. So Now we're gonna build boxes, basically shove a bunch of styrofoam into boxes so they don't get too hot. It's summertime right now, so that's what we're doing. Tons of fun. Alright, so the day is marching on. Pistol has finished sealing most of the fish up and is headed off. The boxes all have liners in with some newspaper to absorb any liquid that happens to seep or condenses on the outside of the bag due to temperature difference, things like that. And all the fish are all bagged up and pretty much ready to go. There's some more there. Now these, we bagged a couple of them, and then these guys, these 3 that aren't bagged, they just kept pooping. So I'm going to give them some time, give them a final water change, and then seal them up in case they just, you know, poop more. I don't want to seal them up and then have them poop in the bag. That's just like discouraging. Then you got to rip open the bag, get a new bag, start all over. So sometimes a little bit of patience is the name of the game. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is grab each order form and match the fish on the order form with the box. I'll start with the small boxes and work my way up and start packing boxes. So here I go. Alright, it's been a long day yesterday too. Spent yesterday getting all the bags crimped and getting the shipping water in the bags, then catching all the fish and putting them in the bags. Then they sat overnight so that they could poop. And then today we spent all day changing the water in the bags, building the boxes, insulating the boxes, sealing the bags, and the final result is a big pile of boxes that are ready to ship, which is awesome. And this is the last box that's ready to go. There is a second box that I won't pack till tomorrow. Ginger, these are your fish. At least a lot of them are your fish. And these Pandagara just keep on pooping. So I'm going to give them another few hours to void before I seal them up for you. But besides that, of all the boxes that are ready to go, this is the last one. So we're about to do it. And by the way, yeah, it's 2 days of hard work. These are long days. This is hard work, but it's totally worth it, because when these fish get to where they're going and they get there alive, but not just alive, with as little stress as possible, because they've been shipped in high quality water, because there's as little fecal matter in there as possible, and hence less toxins and ammonia. Then the customer gets them and they get healthy fish that are going to last. That's the goal. That's the reason for all this extra work. That's the reason we don't just grab a big bag, throw all the fish in it, seal it up, and send it out. We do such a poor job. Honestly, the bar is so low. We do such a poor job shipping fish in this industry that if the fish arrives and isn't dead, people are impressed. Like, that's how low the bar is. That's pitiful. That's horrible. What the bar should be is the fish arrived, they're alive, they're in good shape, and 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, they're still alive and doing well, because the customer got fish that weren't just alive, they were healthy, and they were packed and sent in such a way that they arrived healthy. That's really what we're going for here. It's not, oh, the fish arrived alive, yay, I'm so impressed. Why are you impressed if the fish arrives alive? I mean, I get it, but that's a pretty low bar for an internet fish business, right? So we're trying to raise the bar. I think we found a formula to do it. We're not 100% by any means. We're close. We're over 99%, at least as far as the information I have. The people that contact me and say, hey, they're doing great, or the people that contact me and say, hey, this one died. With the feedback I have, we're over 99% success, and I don't think we could ask for a whole lot better than that. So I'm happy that we have that formula, and that's why we do all this extra work. Take 2 full long days to prep the fish, plus all the quarantine and medicating, getting them healthy before we ever list them for sale, so that hopefully you get good fish. And if you don't, let me know. I'll make it right. Like, that's on me. So But anyway, we've got a pretty good track record. So, oh, by the way, I checked the zip codes of where I'm shipping fish to, and nothing looks terribly hot. So I think we're going to be okay shipping without cold packs this week. There is a box going to Arizona, and I'm going to have that held at the post office just because it's well over 100 degrees there. And so I'll have that held, and I might put a cold pack in there as well, just for that one box. But pretty much everyone else, I checked your zip codes, and it looks like we're okay. Looks like everything's pretty much below the 100-degree mark, and we should be all right. So that's the plan. Anyway, let's pack this last box, bring you along for the ride here. Hopefully I've got this set up so you can see this. This is 20 Betta Embellis. I tried to get some males. I'm having trouble sexing these, but I got some that I think might mature into males. I'm not sure. Did my best, but here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's row number 1 down. Row number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's row number 2. Row number 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's show you this. So that was 18. There's 2 left. I'll show you what we're going to do with those. So here's 3 rows of 6. We're going to grab these, and there's a little space between rows right here where I can just tuck these. And then what you get is a nice tight box. All the bags are going to stay steady because it's tight enough. Nothing's going to shift around. That's what this stuff is for. If there's not enough bags in the box, throw some of that in there so it doesn't shift around too much. And those are going to arrive, I hope, in great shape. They almost always do. Every now and then something goes wrong, but almost always we do okay. And then we're going to take the lid, and the most satisfying part of my day is when I can do this with the last box. Alright, ta-da, here's the order. I'll write the person's name on there when they're not on camera. Anyway, that's the vlog for today. It was a big day. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't think that's going to be for everyone, but for those that like that, hooray, like, subscribe, share, hit notification bells, all that schmazz is greatly appreciated. For the rest of you, sorry. Until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.